Alright, we're back at it. To give you a little update, I've put the oil finish on all the parts. This is a cutout from the sound hole. I've put fabric into the sound holes. You can see here. I'm going to try and paint just so you can actually tell that they're raven skulls. I think it'd make things a little bit... I just think it'll look better than just black, because nobody seems to actually realize what they are whenever I show them off. So I'm going to try freehanding it. We'll see how well that goes. I don't really think anybody's going to care. And stuff's falling over. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is working out. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Just because. Now this side, it appears I put the fabric in backwards. So, I'm actually going to get better paint coverage. And that is why we work with water-soluble paint. Alright, so I'm going to call this an epic failure. So there's what we're supposed to be trying to do versus what we actually got. I don't think you're going to be able to see it anyway, to be honest. But we're going to start putting this thing together now. Here's all the hardware. It's going to hold the box together. First we have to put the neck in, so we're going to move this out of the way. It's got to dry anyway. Here's our body. You can see there's a nice oil finish on it. The poplar actually took the burn much better than the Baltic birch. Still got some lint hanging around from the rags I was using to put all that in with. Here's our headstock. Came out pretty good. Got the nut in place. I still have to file the string slots, but I want to install the neck first. So now the fun part's going to be putting the neck bolts in. So body. Alright, let's check this again. Yeah, that's good. Right there. That's what you want. What I'm going to do with this neck is probably clamp it in place once I figure out where the holes belong. Because we got to line these holes up in here. And it's not like I can see them. Actually, yes, I can. That's perfect. Awesome. I love it when it works out like that. So line up this bottommost hole. That's not lining up. There, that's got it. We're going to line up each one first. That way the neck can't really shift a whole lot on me. Excuse me, I'm rather messy, so I got crap all over the place. Alright, that's ready to go. Now we need drill. This time with a screwdriver bit, so we'll open that up. Hopefully this is going to do what I want it to do. The holes are kind of tight for these threads. There we go. There we go. There, our neck is now secured. Flip over our neck cradle. Oh, what should we put on next? I don't know. Probably start putting the electronics in. If I can remember where I put those. They're here somewhere. I'm terrible, I know. I have everything scattered all over the place. But like, this is our humbucker pickup that we're going to be using. So Flat Cat is the name of it. Unlike most flat humbuckers I've found for cigar box guitars, this is actually potted, so it shouldn't become microphonic, which is what we want to avoid. That'll be mounted to the surface, so what I need to do is find, oh, here's my wiring harness. It's looking right at me. Wiring. Then I also have to locate the hardware for all of this. So that'll sit right there. And I know I got the hardware here. Oh, right there. So we're going to thread all this together. And I'm going to do this a smart way and dump it into the body here. That way, I don't lose it, because if I dump it out onto my workbench, I will never find these parts again. Came with no instructions, so I'm going to have to guess at which washers go with which pieces. We have our toggle, our output jack here, and our two controls. Output jack is going to go across this way. That's why we've made this channel here. I don't know if that's visible on camera yet. There. So that's why we made this channel, so that that can come across however it needs to, and it's going to be roughly here-ish. Without the lid, I can't tell. But I don't want to put the lid on yet, because it'll just be opening and closing. It's going to be in the way. It might get broken. So... okay, let's see. The largest flat nut here and washer, I'm guessing, is going to be for this. Yes, okay. So there's that. Flat washer is a pain to get a hold of. There we go. Move the rest of these down and out of the way. That almost looks like it belongs there. I really wanted to put these through the lid originally, but that didn't work out because of the sound holes. That left me with very little room to play with in a way that would make sense. What is going on? This is not threading. Come on. Keeps trying to cross thread. Not the easiest thing in the world to do, especially with the camera, because I'm trying not to put my head down in front of the lens. And oh, come on. You want to thread on there. I know you do. There we go. I talk to inanimate objects a lot. Can't help it. I'm a little crazy sometimes. Alright, that's finger tight. For now, that's good. Alright, I want the volume control at the top. I think. Tone control at the bottom. Does that give me enough? Because the ground wire that's got to be attached to the tailpiece is attached to the volume. So, you got to make sure that if it's here, I don't know if, yeah, you can see that. If it's here, will it have enough room? Is there enough wire? Yeah, we got plenty of wire. You can't see that, but I'm limited on where I can move the camera to. There you can see that's poking out there. So we're going to have to drill a hole coming out to where that plate is going to be. And this wire will be fed out through there. And that's so the strings are grounded because we're using a magnetic pickup. But we're also going to be using piezo. Or piezo, I don't really know how you pronounce that. I've heard so many different ways of saying it. I just got to remember, yeah, we got a whole bunch of those. Ooh, don't drop that. Yeah, I bought just a boatload of these. So, okay, so let's start putting this stuff together. This has to be turned so that it fits in the hole, like so. And a tiny washer. Oh, I wish I had a small magnet to pick these up with, but I don't. But that would be so handy. I mean, do you really need to watch me do this? I don't know. Like I said, Desiree insists this is part of the process, so I should document everything. But do you really care? I mean, I don't care. This would be boring to watch. Maybe while I'm doing this kind of boring stuff, I should come up with a segment, call it Musings of an Old Metalhead. We just talk about life while I'm putting things together. Yeah, Musings of an Old Metalhead. Let's talk about life while I try to figure out what I'm doing here. There we go. That'll work in there. Need a washer. Yeah, so the world is just so hateful lately. I don't understand why everyone is so hateful. Alright, that's not working. Kind of like life. There we go, that's better. Just had to line it up right. Why is everyone so hateful? Seriously. Do you have any idea how much we could accomplish if we all got along for 5 minutes? The whole of human history, all we've done is kill each other. And I don't get it. There's so much more we could do. We could be better than that. But we choose not to be. I'm looking for a socket right now of the appropriate size. I really don't want to use, let's see if a 10 millimeter. Yay, 10 mil works. I figured they were probably metric. There, now it's nice and tight. They don't have to be cranked down. You just want them tight enough that they're not going to go anywhere. And a lot of times these bolts you buy for this kind of thing are, I should have realized it was going to be metric. I just should have known. So we have one washer. Damn, come on. I can't pick it. I don't have fingernails, so there we go. Put that one over there. This one, these two flat nuts can come out of there because we don't need them for this. Like those are spares. I'm sure they probably serve a purpose, but I don't know what. Good turning action there. These are the knobs that I chose. Mostly just for me. I mean, nobody's going to see that, right? But I think that looks cool. No. There. We want them kind of centered. There we go. They came with a little wrench to tighten that down with. There's my volume. There's my tone. Okay, now what we got to do is solder in all the pickups. Debating on if I need more than one of these. Really don't know. And do I want this on the lid, or do I want to attach it to the main body? I don't know. I'm terrible at this sort of thing. I'm very indecisive. But so the red wire will be attached to this lug here. Let me try to get you in here. So it'll be attached to this lug, and that will be when the switch is in the down position. This will be on. Middle position will be both pickups, and then obviously. So that will attach here. If I can get that in there. There we go. And then move the camera again. Sorry, we're on a tripod here, and it's not a lot of space. And then we have our common ground is on the volume pot. So the black will be attached to that. Just get soldered in there. And then, well, like I said, I got to decide if I want to use more than one piezo. So I could put them on either side here. And this whole thing is going to be putting out sound. So let's fit in here like so. I hate doing electronics. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I'm not very good at it, but I'll make it work. So I've got this handy kit here. This is another thing from Temu. It's an adjustable soldering iron, so you can adjust the temperature. Never used it, so we're going to see how well it works. Again, it came with no instructions, so I don't know how to put the base together that it sits on, but it has a base, so you don't have to have it like dangling off the edge or something like that. It's got these two little bolts, or nuts. I'm assuming that it goes this way. Probably here like that. Does that make sense? That makes sense to me. So one of these probably goes on first, and then you put that in so it doesn't fall all the way through like it just did. I'm going to do this without dropping anything. I don't want to lose tiny little pieces like this. Yeah, so back to the musings. Why is everyone so hateful? I mean, what do you get out of it to be so hateful all the time? Does it just make you feel better? You know, your life sucks, so you got to pick on someone else? Is that how that works? Just never understood it. It takes so much energy to be hateful. It's such a waste. I mean, yeah, there are things I dislike. And I'm sure there are people I'm not really fond of. I can guarantee you there are people I'm not fond of. But I'm not going to waste all my time on them. It's not worthwhile. I mean, who cares? But the whole world lately is just so hateful. People are going out of their way to be hateful, and I don't get it. Okay, plug this in here. Set to 350C. Unfortunately, I'm in America, so we don't do centigrade. I would have to go look that up to find out what it actually means. Go over 360. I don't know how much heat I actually require for this. Nice that the kit comes with a little bit of wire. That's helpful. Hopefully this already has flux in it. Sometimes you have to flux your wire. Sometimes the wire already has flux built in, as part of it, which is always helpful. If I don't have to flux the wire, all the better. So now we're waiting on this thing to get hot. So I'm going to pause while we wait for this to heat up.